morning from Southwest Florida. It's another spectacular day here in the Sunshine State. Let's talk about chickens, this time meat birds. In addition to egg layers, we now have our first batch of meat birds on the property. And we're going into our fourth week with them. We've learned a lot along the way, and some good, some bad. I'll quickly show you how we've housed them and how we're doing pasture raised. Like all of our other poultry here on the farm, they're housed on pasture in a coop designed to move every day. This provides them access to fresh grass, plenty of grass. I think there's 53 birds here, and this is 130 square feet. So ample room for them to grow, plenty of sunshine, fresh air. This is, in our opinion, the best way to raise poultry. We house them in a coop that we built using a popular design you'll find in homestead channels called the John Suskovitz mobile chicken tractor. But we modified it in a couple of important ways. Not because we thought we could make it better, but because we already had this wire enclosure that we weren't using for anything else, so we repurposed it. And the way we did it is we built a wooden frame around the bottom. We covered it in half-inch wire cloth, which is by far the superior approach to dealing with ground predators. We built an internal structure, basically joists and a ridge board, or rafters and a ridge board, along with some anchor points for us to mount and hang feeders and waterers. Put a shelf on the back for 10 gallons of water, which is more than enough for them at this stage. We added some wheels, essentially with a lever system. Lift this up, and the entire coop lifts up to facilitate moving. Most days we don't need to because we're just on grass, but when we moved it from the barn over here, we definitely took advantage of those wheels. Another thing we did that we've learned through hard-won experience and other projects is, wood on grass or wood on dirt tends to bulldoze it. So we take this 4-inch PVC pipe and we rip a strip down the middle and just basically wrap it around the 2x4 to give a smooth and around profile to what would otherwise be square. So that works really well. We do that front and back. We had a custom-made tarp ordered for this, and it's a vinyl, so very durable. We do we put the rings at 12-inch, the grommets, I should say, at 12-inch, so it gives us a lot of points to anchor to, because when it gets windy out here, we definitely don't want this thing flapping around and tearing. Up front, we put this we put these levers on to give us a little bit of leverage when we're lifting it, but this thing is actually kind of too heavy to move manually. So what I do is take this tow strap and just hook it up to the tow hitch on the back of the side by side and just drag it forward. We're only moving at 13 feet at a time, so it's not a big deal. And so far, it's been working out really well. These chicks, they get fed in the morning. They eat a lot of food, and if you don't ration the food, they will eat continuously, and then they'll have health problems, and then they'll die. So right now at 4 weeks, we're feeding them, it works out to about 8 pounds of food a day for all 53 birds, and they drink a lot of water. This is one of the most surprising things that I've learned with our first round of Cornish cross birds is they drink easily 300% the amount of water of layers. So we use these cool style bell waterers, and they're hooked up via this 1/4-inch irrigation drip tubing to these 5-gallon buckets. It's a non-pressurized system, so you can just drill a hole in the bucket and stick the tubing in there. And the only thing I'm going to do on this, in addition to what you see, is I'm going to drill a hole in each bucket with another piece of drip tubing to equalize the two buckets, so that if one ever runs out, well, one will not run out without the other one also running out. Access to water, like with humans and all other animals, is critical. These birds will survive without food, but without water, within a day or two, they're going to be, they would be in serious trouble. We check them about 6 times a day to make sure that that's not the case, but you always have to plan for the unexpected. We have a security camera on this as well, because we do get raccoons in this area, and it's not like we're going to be a quick reaction force should they come out, but we want to know where they are when they're here. Other than that, it's actually been working out pretty well. I mean, we've had them out here for an entire week now. They're happy. They're growing. Last night, our nighttime temperatures were down into the 50s, and they did well. They're not fully feathered yet. I was a little bit worried about them, but being, I think, close to ground and huddled together, they did okay. So we'll keep you posted on progress. They should be. We're in week 4 now, so give them another 3 weeks, and should be ready to process.